Buble. Man, you guys are just leaving my stuff all over the place.
Well, you could have asked. I would have thrown it in the box.
I figured you would have. Thank you.
When Evan sits down, somebody want to clap.
Oh. That was my cheeks.
Usually, yeah.
They were clapping.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
I like the wire coming out of your shirt. It looks good. And the mic like hung up on your
Yeah,
chain.
That's not distracting.
Oh, the wire really is just sticking out. That's not a good look. Did you get a sext? Wait. Man, why'd you guys screw this up? Okay. This is the thing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Almost Intelligent. I'm Patrick. That's Brad. That's Evan. And today we're going to talk about aliens.
We should have a soundtrack. Like, I need a thing that can hit.
Or another X-File music.
Yeah. No, we have to pay for that. We don't have money for that. Oh, did you maybe want to turn that shit off?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
You know, that fish kind of looks like an alien.
Ooh.
We can feature it.
Should he be our guest?
Oh, we're rolling, dude.
pull him out.
ABR, bro.
Just grab him and pull him out.
Can you put him in like a little thing? What do you...
Can you get the tadpole bowl and put him in that?
Are you good?
Yeah,
You got this?
yeah. All right. Ready?
No, we're rolling. We're
good?
Yeah, we're going in it.
Balls
We're
deep.
going in it.
Right.
So, this was the second topic.
Yeah, after you guys made fun of my two topics.
I didn't make fun of... Okay, look, listen. I want to make sure that we start this podcast off today.
Oh, shit.
Clean slate. Okay, I wasn't
Clean.
I wasn't making fun. Like, I thought that it was a really good idea. And because we had such a good podcast about asylums, and then I was like, man, he just home run. It's just home run after home run. And so I was trying to tell you how much I appreciated you for coming up with the alien thing, and then you twisted my words and made it seem like I was a bad guy.
I don't think any of that happened that way.
So
We should run the tape. Good thing we have video.
Immediately after the asylum episode, I went and watched it around. It was
it was inspiring. And please don't say run the tape. Like, this isn't the 80s, so don't ever say that again. Ever. Like, this is all of this is recorded on a little SD card, little small thing.
What should I say? Run the card?
like this,
Or the video. You could just say the video
like this.
or
one?
footage. Those all work fine. You don't need to say tape ever again.
Is this you being...
Do we need to rewind the tape in order to start over again?
And praising?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you praising me again?
Listen.
Appreciate
I'm trying.
this is exactly the energy you had when you were telling me about the
clean.
two IDs I fucking...
So clean.
But see, you take me there. That's the problem. You take me. I was trying to be nice.
That's a two-way street.
You take me there.
You see? And Brad comes in very soothing. He's kind, yeah. And we have to double mic him to make sure that the audio's got, because it's very quiet. But you, man, you take me there. I was trying to be nice and say thank you. And then you get me all riled up. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
You're welcome.
It doesn't matter.
You're welcome.
Are you flustered?
I am. I'm frustrated.
Like the little hairs above your butt, or kind of like.
Well, we talked about this off camera. Like, I'm half Mayan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not very hairy. So I don't really have like heckles in the grundle area. So that doesn't stick up. I would be upset.
Yeah.
I mean, I am upset. You would be able to see it.
And is that where aliens would come from?
Well, the Mayans were aliens. Yes, correct.
Well,
I think.
And some of us are
I think
today here
potentially
in the U.S.
Leaders were in.
Yeah, very tall people.
Yeah. I mean, haven't you? What was that? The crystal skull, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't a Mayan thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you're just saying a Mesoamerican thing and just going, that must be Mayan. There were multiple eras of different indigenous people.
Different minds.
There's old mines and new mines.
So so you did a lot of research again,
No.
similar to the asylum one, and you sent out.
What are you gonna ask me? What are you gonna ask me now?
So someone in the asylum one, he got abducted by aliens, and he was anal probed.
What was your first probe?
Do you want to talk about
What was
that?
your first probing like?
You want to talk about that now?
Or could you just lay that out for us? Vulnerable.
Is that where this is going? I had no idea. This is great.
All right, so when we decided we're gonna do this one now, I sent you guys a video
Yes, you did.
of
Yeah.
something that happened recently at the time we were recording this episode, a little over a month ago, and it happened in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And since Brad did extensive research and paid great attention to
We
it,
should kick it to him.
yeah. So, Brad, what did you think about what I sent you? Let's tell the audience what it was.
That he sent like a couple days ago.
What the story was about.
Like yesterday.
It's a couple days
I
ago.
think it was like literally like 2 hours ago. But
Yeah, it was a while ago.
tomato.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, I thought the video was hysterical.
What happened?
Yeah, that's not what the question was.
Or did you want me to?
No. So basically, break it down. It's a newsreel from a local station.
Well, that local station had George Knapp on it, who is like one of the leading researchers.
You saying that right?
Yeah.
Nap.
Yeah.
Now, does he own like part of like Napa Auto Parts?
Napa.
No, not Napa, just Knapp. It's Knapp.
Okay, so continue.
So yeah, he's on there, and they basically doesn't really add any of his expertise to any of it, but he basically goes over the story that there was a emergency call placed from some individuals in the town about a UFO crashing in their backyard.
Okay.
And seeing like 8 to 10 foot tall people with glossy eyes, and made them like deer in the headlights freeze when they looked at them.
The NBA. The NBA was in his backyard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was. I'm convinced they were all high, but whatever.
That's racist.
You seemed like you were really awestruck by this video. It really spoke to you.
No, it's just I thought the George Knapp involvement and the fact. I don't know. It's a crazy story. It was like.
I'm just heavily skeptical, but I mean that's just my stance on it.
Well, I don't know. Nevada's like known for having like crazy,
Encounters.
yeah, and I don't know. Just the 911 call was kind of freaky.
So it was May, just a couple months at the beginning of 2023. First couple months of 2023. People call in. They leave a report that says an object crashed in their backyard.
Right.
It's an obscured view. They look around and see fine everywhere else, but in this area. But they also
like blurry.
see
Like there's
these-
like some kind of force field or kind of shield, like fucking Harry Potter, fucking invisibility cloak over them, or some weird messing with that area.
There was also body cam footage from a law enforcement officer of something falling from the sky.
Ring camera footage.
And a ring camera.
And
same
ring
time.
camera with audio of a falling. I mean, there's definitely for it to
Something
be
happened.
Yeah, for there to be there's something occurred. So the audio that they play is of the 911 call of some younger kid saying this is what I'm seeing and all that. He doesn't sound panicked. That's the only part that kind of is weird to me.
I agree with that.
What we can do for the podcast, we can put the video up and post.
Tonight with stories about the crash of an unknown object and the alleged sighting of strange creatures in the backyard of a Northwest Valley home.
So it was last night that 8 News Now investigator David Charnes reported about how Metro Police responded back on May 1st after receiving a strange call from a very frightened family. Well, our report generated a global response, and now piecing together the sequence of events has been kind of tricky, in part because the primary witnesses have been almost as elusive as the beings they say they encountered. Chief Investigator George Knapp is as perplexed as the rest of us, George.
As you know, this is not our first UFO rodeo. We first heard about the incident in early May via the Metro Police grapevine. The incident has a lot in common with other bizarre cases from around the world.
I think that the thing that is odd for me is that if I see something crash in my backyard and then there are people, like larger than normal people walking around in my backyard,
with big
when
giant
I
black
call,
eyes. Yeah.
I'm not like, there's stuff happening in my backyard. I'm going to be like crying, probably in the corner masturbating. I mean, something is going to be weird for me, different.
Definitely.
Probably
important.
going to be throwing rounds at whatever is super huge in my backyard.
Especially
Right.
if it was tall and black.
Yeah, it's
Putting it down.
it's dicey. So I think that
Hairless, hairy. It doesn't matter.
it's got to be shot.
Yeah, Mayan.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's an alien. I just don't feel like he was concerned enough. And so that for me, I don't get it. I don't, and then he doesn't answer.
But
Like
maybe-
they pull up to his
Well,
house five times.
That's interesting to me too, because a lot of these people that have stories that could be believable, there's a little shred of evidence, like we talked about the thing falling from the sky on multiple cameras. Usually, if they disappear for whatever fucking reason, they like will talk at first because they're like in shock, and then all of a sudden they just stop talking.
Yeah.
And that's what these people did too. And that,
But
to be
also,
honest,
the footage from the camera that was in the lot was also.
yeah, and that's the other
There's
thing. There
nothing-
was a security
nothing
camera
from
on
that
the
one.
lot because they were working on like a car, I guess, in their lot in their backyard or something. And there was a security camera, and for whatever reason, during the time of the crash, there's no footage. After the blurriness went away from the spot that we were talking about, there was a circle left in the field, and they have aerial footage of that, just of an imprint, nothing else. It was gone. I don't know. And I mean, it's all fucking crazy. But these days, there's so many stories coming out. I mean, there's Air Force and Navy people coming out with seeing things up at sea, coming out of the sea, flying in the sky, with propulsion systems that don't even fucking exist. They don't show up on radar, or they do show up on radar and they disappear. It's like they're toying with shit. There's been so many stories in the last I don't know, 6 months.
So the reason that I'm just skeptical in general is that if there is, okay, so I believe that there are there are beings outside of our planet and probably outside of our solar system, that there are intelligent beings for sure.
Yep.
This is the thing that I don't understand is that like are we like an amusement park? Like they just kind of pull up and do some like random stuff. Like let's go see if we can freak some people
We're a
out.
bunch of sea monkeys.
Well, but that is the thing. There's a theory, obviously.
Lots of
Fucking
theories.
humanity, shitload of fucking theories, because we're all fucking idiots and all have ideas, whether they're good or bad, who knows? But there's a theory that we are kind of like a science experiment, that aliens, people from other planets or other fucking galaxies, whatever the fuck it is, came here and they took the DNA of primates and somehow hypersped that, mixed it up with some shit, and created the human race. Again, I'm not saying I believe this, but it's the theory. So
I think he believes it.
if that was the case, though, they might want to come back and peek in what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
I just
Like, I look at my fish tanks and my animals, like, every once in a while. I'm like, hey, man, I put them here. So I
you know how the only way that I would feel like if we could say, if the theory was they're literally around us all the time and they move so fast and the technology they have is just we can't see it,
that's a
and it
theory,
just
too.
all of a sudden randomly once every now and then we see something and it's an aberration and we can actually
Maybe it's a malfunction.
And
Somebody forgot to flip the stealth switch on. They were both.
Something.
the camouflage, whatever the thing is. I just don't like with us. We're not looking at the ants. Like we're not laying down with the ants and like invading their little space.
You're right. But what if their technology is something we can't understand yet? Like we were talking before we did this about, the creation of Mayan pyramids and how we don't really understand the technology today.
Right,
And that
from
was
3,000
thousands of
years.
years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
And I suggested, maybe there was technology that existed then that we don't understand now, so we can't fathom it because we've never seen it. Why can't... I mean, I guess you're not necessarily saying that couldn't be the case with this, but that's just my pushback to play devil's advocate as far as the existence of aliens and why they would all of a sudden crash land. Because I agree with that too. It is kind of fucking weird that...
I mean, the other
At the same time, if I were to play on the example that you made with ants, yeah, we fuck with. Haven't you seen those little like kindergarten ant farms? Like we fuck with ants all the time. We fuck with
Magnifying
everything.
glass.
Yeah, we fuck with everything.
Try that at home.
I don't know. One of the biggest inhibitors for me
Have you
to
been to
believe
SeaWorld?
to it's actually not an inhibitor. The thing that makes me believe that there is, without a doubt, some form or many forms of intelligent beings is the timeline of our existence, the timeline of our planet, the timeline of our technology evolution. So assuming that, anthropology is correct in this form of sapiens, we've been evolving for the last 150, 200,000 years.
Even that's an assumption.
But let's just say,
All right.
but like let's say that's a rough estimate.
Yeah.
In 100 years, our technology has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
that would make me feel that if there was at any other time, at any other place, which I think is absolutely true because we know that it's literally infinite space out there, for it to be likely that another place started before us and would be much more advanced than 100 years of technology. Again, you just take that to 1,000 years, add that to 10,000, what technology looks like. Now, with that being said, what humans are really good at is killing each other. And so the potentiality that we were reaching levels of technology that we haven't been able to identify 3,000 years ago, and then we just killed the people that had the technology because that's what we do. Like it was enslavement and wars and all these things. So maybe places in China, maybe places in Egypt, maybe they had technology, it was destroyed. I don't know. There's a lot of
But now, what if these, we'll call them aliens, that you're talking about, that you see, because you say you're sure there's people out there because space is so vast, right?
yeah.
Or people, there's beings, there's
Yeah.
intelligent beings out there. What if they know the course that we're on, as far as destruction, in a destructive sense, as humans, and they're trying to find a way to make contact to prevent us from causing, ultimately, fucking killing our planet, nuclear explosion, some kind of explosion I can't even fathom because technology doesn't exist yet, that will ultimately have an effect, like, greatly
their
across
ecosystem.
of like the galaxy. Like, it could be such a big thing, and they're like, we gotta get in on this species and fucking.
It's off topic, but my only thing, my newer thing that makes me question aliens is that I believe in simulation theory. As ridiculous as that is, I think that if there probably are aliens in
I understand what you're saying.
existence,
Yeah.
but what our experience,
Yeah.
the belief of simulation theory is that if it's possible, it's happening.
Yeah.
And so, to your point, the experiments, let's run this play,
Yeah.
because they do that in sports. Like you can run a play and see how it kind of plays out.
Yeah.
Like let's do that with this. We're gonna do climate change in this world, and we're gonna do whatever in this world, and see how things play out. Because for us,
Well,
we could
maybe
experience.
these people are gonna be, more likely to fight each other. Like, throughout the history of humanity, that's everybody's fucking fighting everybody else. And maybe there's another planet in a different realm of existence where it's based upon peace, and everybody's fucking peace, and everyone gets along.
Yeah.
The 1960s and everybody's free loving.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what if
wants to move there?
what if we're the aliens? Like, what if we, the people outside of the simulation,
It's just
are
Elon Musk.
we're the ones that are looking in to the simulation? Like, when we peek through and break the veil of what the understanding of the simulation is, we perceive that in the simulation as an alien. Because it would be a disruption from everything that we see as normal, the way that we see things that fly, the way that we see and hear sound, all of those things. If you introduce something that's foreign, that is by definition an alien. So it would be a break into the simulation. This is a simulation. It's humans that are checking in to see what's happening, and that's the break.
I'm not quite sure, but I think that might be the dumbest fucking thing. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah.
After this, we're all gonna watch The Matrix.
Well, I mean, listen, guys, we're talking about aliens.
We need to get back on simulation theory in another episode though, because that's a whole fucking, there's shit to unpack there too.
Well, the conversation to aliens, what we were talking about earlier is that so many ancient cultures have had a thread of
Over thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, like wall paintings, fucking carvings. It's always like.
Well, and even like if people aren't gonna like it, probably they'll get weird about it. But like even in the Bible, the idea of angels and the visitation of these beings and things that are occurring that are much far outside of what a human can do.
Any religion.
And again, over thousands and thousands and thousands of years in religion, so that there is, there's something to that.
But also, like, you look at more, I'll say, Aboriginal religions, like Native Americans,
Tribal.
Tribal stuff. And it's not just one deity, or even, the Greeks.
They're omnitheistic, right?
So there's multiple beings that are all powerful or reign over, the weather, and one over the sea and one over the.
So you're saying those could all be aliens?
It could. Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing into the theory that the supernatural is.
Do you believe in aliens?
I believe in. I'm kind of on the fence
It's funny how
because I can't see how there isn't something else out there that is because the universe is so vast. I can't believe that we are this just one unique little glitch.
Right.
So there has to be something else out there. I'm 100% behind that, but I mean, I don't necessarily believe that they're flying around space shuttles and you know.
Why?
I mean, they very well could be, but
listen. It's funny because when
I'm
you're
not doubting. If you want a Bible reference, I'm doubting Thomas. So I'm all about. I have to see it.
is this episode about aliens or the Bible? Jesus.
The Bible.
All right, the Bible, yeah. No, well, I'll say it's funny because as a kid, when you're asked, you believe in aliens, it seems like a very straightforward question. Do I believe in little green men flying around and fucking flying saucers in the sky, right? But as you get older and experience things and wisdom with everything, going on these days, when you ask that question, it's like, you got, like, do I believe in aliens? And both of you paused and thought, like, logically about, it's more than just little green men in saucers. It's like, well, the universe is so vast and just, and this and that, like, there's something out there. We all agree there's something out there.
I think science has already proven that there's been organisms on other planets, even in our solar system, like small organisms that lived in water on Mars when it was a wet planet, and things like that. So that just proves that there are other living organisms on other planets. It's just how advanced they are, how intelligent they are. That's up for debate.
Well, I mean, that's up for debate here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is almost, I enjoy the banter about it, but when I'm to be absolutely honest, I think it's beyond the realm of our ability to understand. And I don't mean just us, specifically us, because we're not very smart, but just like humans. So I was asked if you could imagine one person right now in a room, you can picture that. If I ask you to imagine 10 persons in this room, you can picture that.
People.
If I ask you to imagine 100, you can kind of get there, but it starts to get a little like, could you fit 100 in here?
Oh yeah, I can pack them in.
So
as long as they're brown.
Then do 1,000. Then do 10,000. At a point,
it's not.
Those numbers just don't mean anything.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like when you think of the size of the Earth, you think of like, we think that we're so important in this existence, in this exchange. Like, it is not even a speck. Like, it is just the most meaningless thing. And we don't even have the ability, because we think we're so important and these exchanges are so important. But like 70% of the Earth is covered by water. So much of that, whatever percentage of that, is at a place that we have never been. We've never touched. We don't know fuck all. And that's here on this planet. It's just, to me, it seems that the human brain as it is now doesn't even have the ability to try to imagine
I'd agree with that.
what those things are, what they could be. So I think with that, for me, anything is possible. Just simply because I don't have the mental capacity to even dream up the craziest dreams of things that are very plausible, I think.
So are the UFO sightings and stuff just like, redneck aliens that have
Well, no, what I was going to say is also...
broke gas transportation that just show up and it's like, oh,
it's
my plug just
it's also
busted up.
Theory that they, like, it's a distraction, right? Like, not false flag per se, but like, it's like powers that be snap it over here to make you look so this hand can fucking do whatever's going on here in the real world. And it's like more of a distraction, all the reports and all the stuff. Like, even now, like, the CIA is releasing all these documents, classified documents about, they're declassifying them, and it's all about UFOs. It's just, I don't know.
I think that just similar to my belief of simulation, if it's possible, then it's true. The same thing is true with aliens and, there just being so many things that we don't understand. I mean, the general public likes to act like we know whatever hot topic it is, but like illnesses. I don't have an understanding. I have asthma. I don't really understand why I have asthma
Means you're a
or
pussy.
like how
I
it
mean,
happens.
I can give you a list. You're not gonna like any of them.
I just don't think that most people have the ability to even begin to comprehend the effect, like how these things occur. So, to me, then they're true.
All right, hold up. But another thing, same thing, same topic, aliens. And I asked you earlier, but have you guys ever heard of Skinwalker Ranch? Because
Yeah.
that's a whole different thing where it's like animals will end up, and this happens not just there, but often there, animals end up like in a nanosecond, completely down to bones, like not a speck of blood on the ground, like they're there, and then they find the animals, no noise, no anything. Hundreds, if not thousands, of these things have happened multiple times at the same location under different owners, different circumstances, and it's like they're literally like drained of all their blood, all their skin's long, all the muscle, tissue, everything's off the bones, and it's just bones laying there.
Sounds like chupacabra.
It does sound like
It's
chupacabra.
funny because I think in multiple documentaries I've watched, like somebody actually, that was an argument, like a legitimate argument.
It's chupacabra.
Because they would drain the blood. I guess that's what chupacabras do.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you try to do with your farm?
I have a couple of chupacabras running around here.
I thought you were the one that sucks, or is that a different sucking? Okay. So where is this place? Skinwalker branch?
That's a good question.
Oh, you don't
Is
know?
it in Nevada? I don't remember. Might be in Nevada.
Seems like
Google it,
seems
please.
like
You have a
all
phone?
the deserty states in the U.S.
And there are
where-
special type of
where
people
all
out there.
all the foo-foo stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think I might withdraw everything that I said. I don't believe any of it.
It's in Utah. Oh yeah, that's right. And it was Navajo grounds, but now like farming ranch. But like, and the Navajo have like a similar story what these white people are experiencing now that have been owning it for like I don't know, a couple hundred years.
After they stole it?
Yeah, after they stole it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have
it's nice.
the Navajo have very similar stories from like hundreds of years prior.
How do we know that? If
Because
the white people came and
there's
killed all the Navajo.
they're in the casinos around there.
The cave. it's stamped
But
on
so,
the
but like
casino
some
checks.
people think it's a portal to another dimension.
To a casino?
to an alien casino.
Yeah. Some people think it's a.
That's the plot twist.
That's how they're feeding everybody at the alien casino. You know how you go and it's like free ribs, all you can eat.
Hold on.
With that boneless ribs at the alien casino.
These are fresh.
Okay, all right. So, how do we get to Skinwalker? So, are they?
How do we
Is
get
it
to
alien?
Skinwalker Ranch?
You gotta get to Utah.
Is it? So, is it aliens? Is that the
Yeah,
normal?
They think it's paranormal. They there's also been like in the skies above, like same things we were talking about, the sightings of different shaped aircraft.
UFOs and
Yeah. Like fucking laundry list of them.
yeah, Chinese spy balloons.
Yes, throughout history. So they think there's something paranormal. And I mean, people have invested, one guy, I forget his name, has invested major money in this. Like, it's definitely, I mean, I guess it doesn't take much for one kook to invest money into something. But it's definitely a reference point for all people that are true believers of aliens. Skinwalker Ranch is high on the fucking...
What would you do if you woke up tonight in the middle of the night and there's bright lights and you walk outside and there's a fucking
Pause.
10-foot...
If there were bright lights outside,
Well,
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
walk
shoot that
outside.
son of
I'd
a
get a
bitch,
gun.
dude.
Yeah, I'd get a gun and try to be out the window as little as possible, see what the fuck is going on. But
So he comes up in the house,
if there's
okay?
bright lights outside, I'm
He
hiding.
comes up in the house.
Well, he's in the house. He's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you shoot the
He
alien.
better have those laser guns Brad was talking
No,
about.
you shoot him.
He's gonna jujitsu the shit out of him. That's
Okay,
what-
so you go over, you choke him out, right? You climb him,
Arm drag
you
on
get
the
up
back.
there, fucking, yeah, you do the little bear
he
hug.
runs over there with a little giant ladder.
Yeah, you
Climbs up there.
climb up the ladder, you grab it,
Got him.
and you take it down.
Oh yeah, they're 8 feet big, right? That's scary.
So it dies. Okay, you kill it.
Just put him. to
Now
sleep.
what?
I have sex with his dead body.
Oh, was it? So it's not, but it's still alive. So it's okay. It's not.
Yeah, it's fine.
no,
it's
no.
consensual.
You would make sure it was dead.
Yeah, so I could have my way.
So an alien comes visit you. You kill it.
Yeah.
Then you do the stuff with it. Then what?
Well, like anytime I'm done doing the stuff or something,
You take a nap.
I'm,
immediately after.
I'm done with
I don't know,
it.
like to sleep.
I'm done with it now. Someone else can have it.
What
No,
about what? I mean, like what
I'd
then?
probably call the U.S. government because I trust them so much. and-
Right. What's the number for the U.S. government?
I think it's just 1-800 government. Is it not?
Government.
Government.
Would it be?
Government.
It's the government. What about you? What are you doing when the alien pulls up?
I'm gonna shoot that son of a bitch. Yeah.
What if you know it's an alien?
No, I'm still.
What if it's friendly? Let's say, hey, Brad, my name is just. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, that's how that's going down. I'm gonna start an international incident,
So you kill the alien.
intergalactic incident.
You kill the alien.
Yeah.
And he's in your house, right?
Well, that's
and,
why.
And you're
that's
on the
why
second.
He's gonna get shot.
You're in the second floor. There's no doors to get out.
You haven't been to my house.
So
There's no second floor.
There's
right.
barely a first floor.
So you put the alien down.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what?
I'm gonna make my money.
You're gonna make your money. How are you gonna make money? What does that mean?
Oh, I'm showing them
OnlyFans
all.
sex with the.
Yeah. I'm showing
Are you
them
taking
all.
pictures of it? Are you selling it?
All the things.
Well, who are you gonna sell it to?
TMZ.
Is that the first call?
No.
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 BET.
My first call is gonna be Pat. So
He
that
can come have sex with it.
That's my man, bro. Thank you. That's a real friend.
And then
And then
once he's soaked,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna put it down though. That's
without a
I
doubt.
feel
We're
like-
not
I'm kind
playing.
of concerned.
What
I
if
feel
it's
like Brad was
three?
supposed to shoot-
It's, I know.
No.
I know. I don't want to. So what if it's three of them?
3 of them,
It's like
they better be armed.
yeah.
Not just like long, lanky ones. Either.
They better.
Yeah, everybody's getting 4 shots. There's 3 of them.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I just
Would,
if they're
you would hope
how do aliens show up? Are they threatening?
Well, so it's like the thing. It's like the woo, you hear sound, woo, and then it hit, and you look outside, and it's like, oh my God, there's a
you sound
saucer.
just like that.
And when
Mexican.
you do it, like, oh wait, hay una cosa, and you do that right in English, and you go outside, and it's there. It's just standing there, and it presents itself. It doesn't look scary. It's just. It just presents.
Dude, I can't deal with a sign in my yard right now. You gotta put something on.
It presents itself, and you're just bow immediately.
I mean, maybe I'd take a gander if it's pretty well hung or something.
Yeah.
You know, and like
Give it a go.
good stuff.
What if it looks like Brad Pitt?
Ooh, it's
Not
Then it's definitely getting shot.
not new Brad Pitt. I mean, not like Fight Club Brad Pitt.
like
I'm
prime.
gonna have to shoot that too.
No.
There can't be too.
No.
There can't be too many Brads. I gotta thin them out.
Oh, Brad Pitt was about to go.
He's the better Brad.
Is he though?
Yes.
You're getting shot too.
So you're killing sex. You're killing letting him have sex. I think
God, I hope they show up tonight.
I think at somebody's house. I mean, I don't.
No, I mean it. It'd be hard to fathom. Like if we're talking realistically,
Yeah,
like
he would shoot.
I'm definitely coming out there armed.
and
I'm
shoot.
definitely coming out there armed.
You wouldn't think like, oh, this is if
Would
if
you?
bright lights
That
happen
makes- that
outside.
makes me think US
I'm not
government.
coming outside. Yeah,
Have you seen like Ruby Ridge? Like,
yeah,
you know,
like so now you've got like federal planes flying into your
They're all
to
getting
your
shot by
tiny
Brad.
house, and so I don't think that grabbing a gun would be my first instinct because I would go. I'm just gonna go die. I'm gonna walk out, or I'm just gonna go to jail.
there's honor in
Those
that.
two things.
Okay.
I don't want to go shoot things.
I don't know that I'm necessarily going outside.
I'm saying you
gonna,
have to come
I'm gonna
in.
fortify my
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. Okay.
Until they use
No
just
way.
their, they'll use
Then I'm gonna be like,
they'll use their small
Where's-
teleporter to bring up the whole
where's-
house.
then I'm gonna be like,
And
then
just
I'm
put it in
gonna-
the trunk.
Look at this guy.
and I'm gonna be inside shouting, "Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant?"
Yeah.
Show me your warrant. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Like, we
Man,
don't need the big.
I
we don't
just-
need the big teleporter.
I don't know. I can't. Again, going back to that video, the
like,
guy's
we
so
don't-
calm, bro.
We don't have.
But he's Mexican. Maybe he's seen some shit.
Yeah, it's true.
There's so many variables to that.
No, it is a flying
think not?
saucer
He's probably-
in your fucking
He's
front
probably
yard.
Mexican seen a lot on Xanax drugs.
The cartel. Yeah. Trump told us.
The mind's coming back.
The motorcycle
We
gang?
never.
Wait, they're talking about? That's what they are, right?
I just couldn't imagine.
From a drug run. It's a motorcycle. Pulling up.
I feel like all of our brains would just stop functioning. I just don't think that.
I don't that all depends on what their intentions are, what level of technology they actually have.
How are you communicating with them?
You know, there's so many. That's what I'm talking about with variables.
Sexy dance.
Would you walk out there and be like, "You need to learn English. You're in fucking America."
Do you know where you crashed?
Big come out there with a big flag waving it.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Trump 20.
2024,
No,
baby.
2020.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
got
old-
it.
It didn't update. No.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't know, guys.
All right, well,
I don't think we're prepared for aliens.
No,
definitely not.
We're not. We
Because you're fucking every alien that comes, and that's a red flag. If they watch this podcast,
yeah.
Well,
maybe they want-
And, yeah. They're like, oh, shit.
that's how I tricked him into watching the James Bond movie Octopussy.
He's not lying.
He thought it was an
aliens
alien
getting fucked.
that he could.
Spoiler alert. It's
No. Brown Eye. Have you watched that? 007 Brown Eye.
have I ever?
Yeah, that's not about aliens though. It's a different movie.
Is that the game we used to play?
However, there's this other movie. Really good movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Ooh, what?
Have you ever watched Shutter Island?